This is the And Roll Podcast. With your hosts, Chibbsy and Mad Dog. How are you all doing? This is the Screech and Roll Podcast. It is just me, Chibbsy, solo today. Doggy is off doing doggy things, but I wanted to get something out there. Talk about the Brisbane game, whether it was a good win or not. Really, I'll discuss that with myself. And then we're going to go in look at the Melbourne United game coming up in Melbourne. Make sure you're following us on all the social medias at Screech and Roll, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. You can get all the clips on YouTube as well. Let's get into it. Okay, we got a win. We're taking all the W's we can get at this point, even if it is against the coachless Brisbane Bullets, who, look, are good. We've spoken about this so many times this season where we've gotten wins and you still don't feel fantastic about the win. I just want to be getting on a bit of a roll. We can't seem to find that. There's a constant roller coaster, these ups and downs. We're losing games we should win. We win games we should lose. And the consistency is so hard to find. But this Bullets game, I'm not going to lie, unfortunately, I missed 2 games at the Sandpit in a row. I was at Soundwave Festival when the Cairns game was on, and I was at the Kendrick Lamar show when this game was on. I was following along on my phone at the time, but I was getting worried when I was pulling it up every 10 minutes to see what the quarter scores were. And when we were down by 10 in the first quarter, I thought for sure we were throwing this thing away. And it's hard because you're not watching it and you're not seeing exact performances. I have since re-watched the game. It's definitely different watching a game on TV than it is being there. You're not getting the same feel, the same vibe. And so many players have amazing games that do not show up on stat sheets. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. But you're looking at box scores, stat sheets, and it gives you a little bit of a misrepresentation of how the game was going. We were down by 10 in the first quarter, and then we managed to win each quarter after that. We still went in down 1 at halftime. And when I saw that on my phone, looking at it, I was a little bit disheartened. You think Brisbane is going to be... I know they're not last on the table, but I think they're the worst team in the comp. And it's not even player-wise. Their roster's good. Just terrible coaching. The fact they have a head coach that could be anyone that's just walked out of the crowd to do it. Why isn't the assistant coach just taking charge? I don't understand. Every time out, they go to it. Old mate Stu Lash just says, it's all right, keep doing what you're doing, and then hands it over for tactics to the assistant coach. They must be filthy. They must be like, how has this guy got a job? It's crazy. So we got to the third quarter, we got up, and then in the fourth quarter, we were able to really just blow them out towards the end. There was 26 lead changes in this game, though. Real back and forth, which just gives me a disturbing feeling that we're as good as the Brisbane Bullets this season. Even if we got the win, it seemed like we were just as likely to lose it. There was some, I'm hoping, shining light into rotations and the roster going forward. The shooting from both teams was terrible. The Hawks were 5 from 28 from 3. The Bullets were 5 from 26 from 3. So there was 10 3-pointers this entire game. Crazy. Stat I do like a lot, and we've spoken about this as well a couple of years ago. Free throws were just such a horror show for us. We couldn't trust anyone to go to the line, maybe other than Harvey, and consistently hit their free throws. We shot 95% from the free throw line, 19 from 20 from the free throw line. And early in the season, we were freaking out that McGee was just going to, that was going to be the silver bullet for McGee, was just send people in to foul him, send him to the free throw line. That's 2 points saved because he won't hit them. And his shot is bizarre, super high arc because he's so tall. And I really want it. He definitely has worked on something. He's found got a little hitch out of his shot since after the first few weeks of the season, because he's nailing them at the moment. We out rebounded him, which is fantastic. We'll get onto this roster thing in a little bit, but actually, let's just do it. Bales, my God, get that guy on the court. There is so much energy, so much just defensive hustle. He's boxing out, getting rebounds. He is scrambling all over the court. His hands are everywhere. He caused so many just bad passes, turnovers, bad shots, and he's just so confident. If he nailed a few great shots, it would be awesome to see him have that same confidence that he's got with getting the ball down the court, moving, taking people on to pull up and hit those jumpers. If we can get him to be last year's Hickey, just a lot of energy off the bench, pressure and pace, just so much pace. He epitomizes the way that Tatum wants to play. It's strange that he hasn't been playing at all. I don't know what's happened. I know, obviously, we're not having a winning season, and he's mixing up the roster and the rotations a lot, and you've got to do it. We saw early on Jackson Ball was getting starting minutes, and now he can't get on the court. The Harry Froling minutes have almost disappeared completely, and we're getting Luke Yates minutes. And there was a time during this Brisbane game where I think it was Yates was on, and it was QJ, and it was Bales. I can't remember, maybe it was Peatling or whatever, but it was sort of a small ball lineup. And it was like all of a sudden we were crashing the boards and getting second chance opportunities that we have not been getting all season. If Luka Yates is going to go in there and just get tips and get his fingers to it and be able to knock it out for a second chance, 3-point shot, whatever, give him minutes. I'm all for just trying anything out to see what is working. It might be a game-by-game basis, but this also he could find that key like we did last year when he realised that he needed days to come off the bench. He was going to start Peatling. I don't have a problem with the starting five, but I want to know who that last year you knew at certain times here, there, this person's going to come on, this person's going to come on, and every now and again you would get a little X factor. Dan Greeter's coming on. Give Greeter the minutes. Give Bales the minutes. Get Luka Yates on and give him minutes. Just whatever's going to work, and just play with a pace and a high energy is what we need. If your second unit's coming on and outrunning, more energy, more hustle than you're starting, then they're going to step it up as well. I love that. The JaVale McGee double-double thing, I think it's only 2 games maybe this year that he hasn't had a double-double. Here's a cheat code in the entire NBL is JaVale McGee. 30 points, 10 boards. And I don't even think it was the best game he's played. He just quietly will get a 30 points. It's pretty wild. QJ had another great game. He was 100% from the free throw line. He hit 8 of 8. He had 8 assists, 19 points. Peatling as well was like a plus 23 when he was on the court. It's what you really need from a guy like him, that sort of combo player that's playing either a small forward, almost steps in and out of that playmaking position sometimes as well. We haven't seen him shooting as much. He hasn't had a lot of double-figure games, but he's just always useful, always good out there. My favourite thing, because I've been whinging about this so much this season, is the fact that our turnovers were not excruciating. And when I say they're not excruciating, they weren't in the 20s, which they have been most games. It's so frustrating watching the ball got turned over. Davo was safe. He had one turnover. We'll give him one turnover because he's Davo and he plays with, it's he's like got a little bit of magic. He does stuff you're not expecting, and sometimes his own teammates aren't expecting it. And it's what we love about Davo, but unfortunately, the last few weeks, that has turned into mass amounts of turnovers at really bad times. So it was good. One turnover, he had 18 points, 8 rebounds, 3 steals. He really stepped it up the second half, put a lot of pressure on, and you could tell, like 100%. I don't know what to say about the Bullets. I don't need to say much about the Bullets. It's a Screech and Roll podcast. We're talking about the Hawks, but they've got their players aren't bad. I don't know what to say. It's so strange because they're not a bad roster at all. And my early season picks for them being up there is starting to look worse and worse every week. I think it comes down to coaching, this one. But it's a win for us. And, we just try and string some together. The best we can do now is just go, please get into the 6. That's all you can be aiming for. So it's a win. Let's try and get 2. Let's try and get 3. It's going to be tricky. So every time we just basically stuffed up our 3-win run. We lost that Cairns game. And that, I hate to say it, it might be the thing at the end of the year where you're like, I can't believe that Cairns game. I can't believe we lost that Cairns game. We beat South Melbourne, who we weren't meant to beat. Cairns you're meant to beat. Brisbane you're meant to beat. We should be 3 on the trot here. And we're not. And now we're going into a Melbourne and Adelaide doubleheader, who we're always heroic against, but they're not guaranteed wins. I'll quickly give my player of the match for the Brisbane game. I'm going to give it to JaVale McGee for his 30 and 10. And a special mention to Boali Bales, who pretty much turned the game for us. He started to get those minutes and you couldn't take him off the court. So let's share it. Hey, let's give it to McGee and the Bales, the combo. I hope we see them together, or Bales just getting way more minutes in that second unit. I think he could be trouble for your Chris Gouldings, your Bryce Cottons, people like that. Just someone who's just going to harass you the entire time. I think when we play Adelaide, you put Bales, Greeter, and you just harass Bryce Cotton. Never let him leave your side. So Bales coming in here, massive. Loved it. Let's give it both. Give it to both. JaVale and Bale. Now, it's hard with the Flop Award because I wasn't there. So do I give the Flop Award or do I not? I watched it on TV and it's really hard to tell the Flop Award. But no, let's do it.
We're just happy that Chris Goulding didn't hurt himself flopping in front of us.
Based on nothing at all, I give it to Alex Dukas. I think I saw him fall over. And I'm not sure if he was fouled or not. He might have just slipped. But it's a fun thing to put out there and it riles people up. I don't know if anyone's actually watching Brisbane or caring that they're in the NBL this season, but there you go. A little bit of fun for us. Let's look at this Melbourne game. Okay, Melbourne United. The last time we played them, we had the big over halfway buzzer beater that got waved away for being after the thing. We should have gone extra time against them. Just give it to us. It was too good to not give it to us. We beat them before that, and we tend to have a pretty good record against Melbourne United. They are on a 4-game losing streak. I don't know if that's when you want to be playing Melbourne United at home. But, I mean, it's hard to say you're going to take lots of confidence away from beating the Brisbane Bullets. But I think there's going to be some confidence in those rotations and the players that really stepped up during that game. Send them at Melbourne, see what happens. It's always a spicy game anyway. You got your Krebs and your Gouldings out there, and they're ice cold from 3. I think they were 1 from 28 in their last game against the Kings. And the Kings banging on like, oh, you know, we're the favourites for the championship now. It's like, you know, a team went 1 from 28. It's never going to happen. And it went to overtime. So calm down, Kings. Stupid Kings. We've got United is still second. They've got a big sort of average point total for the season. Hawks 6 and 10, averaging like 93 points. Not fantastic, but it's going to be I mean, it sounds stupid to say. It's really every basketball game it comes down to the turnover battle, rebounding, 3-point shooting. But that's really what it is. We just can't turn the ball over when you've got players on Melbourne's team that can be such danger, second and opportunity, 3-point shooting team. They seem to find 2 players that come out of nowhere and can score lots of points every time we play them. We've got a lot of depth. I'm not as worried about the Jesse Edwards-McGee matchup because we've seen this so many times now. They don't exactly cancel each other out. Edwards is very much put him in the dunker spot, getting the ball. He will dunk it. That's great. That's 2 points. If we can get down there and make sure our 3-point shooting's on, we're going to need someone else. But you need QJ, you need Harvey shooting threes. But it'd be great to see a Wani or a Peatling getting up there as well and being able to nail a few of those 3-pointers. But the last time, like, we had 24 turnovers against Cairns. If we do that against Melbourne, we'll lose by 40. So safety for the ball, get that small ball line up on there, and go crash the boards, get those offensive rebounds, get a second chance opportunities. 100%. I'm really excited for this game just to see if those rotations that worked against Brisbane can go on the road and work again. If we can just find the right balance of players and minutes, then I feel like we can go on a run there and be a problem for someone come playoff time. QJ, I know he had a quiet one against Cairns, but he's just started to look really good. I love when the ball's in his hands. And it's just a dead-eye shooter. He really is like having another Harvey out there. Harvey, I'm just desperate for that guy to get a 30-point game, and I feel like the floodgates will open for him. I mean, you got Milton Doyle, Chris Goulding. You got guys there that can really finish, and Goulding killed us in the last one. He hit every single thing from 3. So we can only hope that ice-cold streak lasts a little bit longer. It'd be great to get a win here, come back to the sandpit and play Adelaide, finally get the win over Adelaide. And they're huge games. If you can get a win out of those, either of those, that's a massive turning point, a confidence builder, especially when you've run out different players than what the last time we faced them. We've been so close with Adelaide, and we have lost the game rather than being beaten when we've played them. So the same goes here. We could have won that game against Melbourne that came down to McGee hitting that huge buzzer beater. We really should. We turned the ball over so many times that you're literally throwing the game away. So ball safety is key. I get that they want to play fast and they want to move the ball around, but let's just cut it out with the 4 passes in the dunker spot thing. Like if you're under the hoop, lay it up, just put it in the ring, and don't worry so much about trying the perfect shot. No, it's perfect. This is in soccer. You see this all the time where people are just trying to pass the ball and pass it into the net. No, at some point someone's got to just put their laces through it and smack it and get it in. So I just want to see a bit more aggression. I'd love to see it from Davo, where he's like, I'm just taking it to the hole. And you see him go coast to coast so many times. It's great, but just a little bit more aggression, the scoring, and not looking for, I don't want 50 assists, just get the ball in the hoop. That'd be fantastic. If we can do that down in Melbourne, get a win down there, it's massive for our season. We really need to start collecting the W's. So, I don't really know what else to say with that. I'm excited to see if the adjustments and the rotations stay the same as they did against Brisbane. Give Bales more minutes, get Yates on there for some minutes. It looks like Yates might be taking those Harry Froling minutes, because every time Harry Froling gets on the court, he gets teched or he's almost fouled out within 30 seconds. I don't know what they got against him. The guy fought like more than anyone to get back in the league. They got back in the league, and it's like they don't want him here at all. So, yeah, Yates some minutes, Bales some minutes. I wouldn't mind to see Jackson Ball back on the court as well. Johnny Narkle and Jackson Ball get some minutes. I know they're development players, but I think Johnny Narkle's a pretty special player, and Jackson Ball, well, he's going to college next year. You've only got so long to use him, so let's use him if we can. All right, we'll keep that short and sweet for this week. We'll be back next week, I believe, before the Christmas Day game. Yeah, it's pretty exciting. I'm going to be up there. That's how I'm spending my Christmas. I'm going to go watch the Hawks play the Kings, and hopefully it's a good Christmas. All right, thanks so much. Make sure you follow us on all the social medias at Screech and Roll. Subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. Been stoked with how many people have been subscribing on there. It's great, and watching the episodes. So thank you. And any NBL fans, Hawks fans out there, tell your friends, get on it, Screech and Roll.